To all you apologists out there on social media, to all you Roman Reigns cocksuckers, to all you Vince McMahon lovers, to all the X3 lovers on social media, are you triggered after what happened last night? If you guys enjoyed Double or Nothing last night, I want you guys to immediately hit that thumbs up. That's the first thing I want you guys to do. In the words of Brandy, she said it best during episode 16 of the series finale of The Road to Double or Nothing. If you are not satisfied with Double or Nothing, you're not a wrestling fan. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you did not enjoy Double or Nothing last night, there's no saving you. There's no saving you. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I'm going to be completely honest. The commentary team for Double or Nothing sounded horrible. JR was out of place a couple of times. The only guy that was really, really good commentary-wise was Excalibur. He was the only good guy there, but I don't see him as a play-by-play commentator. I just don't see him as that. If they have another role for him, fine. He could be a fucking interviewer, you know, after the matchup and stuff. He could be an interviewer, you know, interviewing the winner of the match or the loser of the match, like around ringside. You know how Macho Man Randy Savage did that, like after SummerSlam of 1994? I can see Excalibur doing that. But as a play-by-play commentator, I don't know. He sounded good, don't get me wrong, he sounded good. There were points during the freaking show where Excalibur had to fill JR in over certain moves that he didn't learn. Like, JR didn't even learn. And Alex sounded boring. He sounded like he wasn't even interested at all. He didn't sound hype. He didn't sound like anything at all. Where's Conrad Thompson? Where's Conrad? I love Conrad's voice. If anything, I see Conrad Thompson being the future play-by-play commentator for AEW. I love it. I love Conrad Thompson's voice. I love it. Love it. But I'm gonna say this now. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care. The pre-show, and I tweeted this on Twitter last night, the pre-show was better than anything Raw and SmackDown-wise all year long. It's factual. It's 100% factual. I'm not lying to you. Just the pre-show by itself. Now, there was a little bit of a fuck-up on the AEW YouTube channel that they was going to show the pre-show for free and shit. They was going to show the Casino Battle Royale for free, but they had 45,000 people there waiting for it to turn on and shit so everybody can watch the pre-show. But I have to go to TNT's YouTube channel just to watch it. I didn't mind it, but I missed the first 5 minutes of the Battle Royale. I missed the first 5 minutes. Meanwhile, I seen the rest of it. I seen the rest of the pre-show. The pre-show was really, really good, but I had to miss the first 5 minutes of the Battle Royale because of a technicality due to the stream on the AEW's YouTube channel. It happens, you know. It happens, you know. Some people, sometimes it happens. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the overall presentation of the show was really, really good. I love the presentation of it. The stage was really, really good. They had 2 adjacent tunnels there, one on the left and one on the right, with the Double or Nothing logo in the middle. The ramp wasn't too long, which I didn't really mind. Meanwhile, the MGM Grand Garden Arena is not even that big of an arena anyways. It's not even that big of an arena. You can't even do War Games in that arena. Because War Games, you need one big cage with two rings. If you was to do War Games in the MGM Grand, it wouldn't be that big of an arena. It wouldn't be that big of an arena. So there you go. I love the atmosphere. The crowd was just electric all night. From the beginning of the pre-show all the way to the end. It was the crowd. Even I felt it. I felt the crowd from my room last night while I was watching AEW with Jessica and stuff, with my girlfriend Jessica and stuff. She liked the pay-per-view. She liked it. She liked the pay-per-view. She liked it. The only matchup that Jessica liked was Cody versus Dustin. That was it. She didn't watch the rest of it because she was watching the Bucks Raptors game last night. I had to do triple duty. I had to watch the Raptors game, watch Double or Nothing here, and tweet on Twitter on my laptop and my phone. So I was all over the place last night, communicating with you guys. But the pay-per-view was really, really good. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to review everything, plus the news that I have on Jon Moxley's contract. So don't miss out on this Double or Nothing review here on the channel. If you guys don't know who I am your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. On this Sunday, May 26, 2019, thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. If you guys enjoyed Double or Nothing last night, I want you guys to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. What did you think of Double or Nothing? And I want to really hear it down below in the comment section. What were your thoughts and opinions on Double or Nothing last night? If you guys are new to the channel, show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Check out episode 26 of the podcast. I mean, it was a really short podcast because I wanted to get ready for Double or Nothing. So I did a really short video, around like 27-minute video. I did a Double or Nothing preview and predictions video. Also, I went over the little news that I had yesterday. So link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out episode 25 of the Reality Podcast from Friday. The WWE 24/7 title was the USA Network's idea. I don't believe that not one bit. But link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Check out Throwback Thursday, NXT, SmackDown Live, and Monday Night Raw. All these videos will be down below in the description. Some of these videos will be in the annotation above on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast right here on the channel. So make sure you guys are connecting with your boy Chris on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications for daily wrestling content. And I am dangerously close to 100 subscribers. So if you guys are a wrestling fan, if you guys enjoy Double or Nothing, if you guys are also a big wrestling fan, a big sports fan, I want you guys to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. I am right now dangerously close to 100 subs. So if I hit 100 subs before Stomping Grounds, I will be perfectly happy with that. We're going to go over some news real quick over here on the review before we go over and cover AEW Double or Nothing. AEW confirms the next Chicago event. That event is called All Out. As you guys know, All In was last year in the Sears Center in Chicago. This year, AEW is doing All Out in the Sears Center in Chicago. All In was the Elite's first pro wrestling event, but now they're going All Out. I love the name. This event will go down at the Sears Center in Chicago, Illinois, returning to the same venue that hosted All In just a year ago. August 31st will be the date, making another Memorial Day event for the Elite. AEW has a lot of interest for this event. If Double or Nothing is any indication of things, they were able to sell out All In less than an hour, but the website had major problems crashing in the process. So it's very likely that the 10,000 ticket available will be hard to come by this time around. Info on the tickets. Tickets will go on sale on June 14th. We will keep you posted about more details as they are announced. This is really good. Can you listen? Double or Nothing was a great show last night. Can you imagine All Out in Chicago? Let the CM Punk rumblings and the rumors of CM Punk begin for All Out in Chicago. Dream match booked for AEW Fight for the Fallen. Get a load of this. AEW Double or Nothing delivered on so many levels. It was an epic night with some strong symbolism. Then Cody and Dustin Rhodes tore the house down. In my honest opinion, last night, Cody versus Dustin was the match of the night. Do not argue with me. Do not at me. Do not even argue that standpoint. Cody and Dustin last night was the match of the night. And I'll really go over that in just later on. After Cody and Dustin Rhodes went to war, Cody emerged victorious. If you guys saw the match, so Cody Rhodes won last night. However, he wasn't done even after the match was over. Cody grabbed the microphone and said that Dustin doesn't get to retire at Double or Nothing because he has a favor to ask. Cody said when he signed up for the Fight for the Fallen pay-per-view, he got a partner of his choosing against the best tag team, the Young Bucks. Then Cody said he didn't need a partner. He didn't need a brother. The two hugged. No, he needed his brother, his older brother. The two hugged and walked off together. Therefore, it would be the Young Bucks versus the Rhodes Brothers at AEW Fight for the Fallen. Now, I don't know when Fight for the Fallen will take place. I know it's going to take place in Jacksonville. I know that's going to take place in Jacksonville. But if anybody knows the date for Fight for the Fallen, please leave a comment down below or please tweet at me on Twitter. Can you imagine that matchup between the Rhodes Brothers versus the Young Bucks? Where the fuck is my wallet at? Take my fucking money. I am already invested. I'm already fucking invested. Cody Rhodes. Oh, there's news on Cody Rhodes, all right. There's news on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes symbolically destroys Triple H's throne at AEW's Double or Nothing. If that wasn't a blatant shot at Triple H and WWE last night, I don't know what is. Now, I scratched my head just a little bit when Cody did this to Triple H. I'm thinking to myself, Cody has the sledgehammer in his hand after Brandy gave it to Cody. And I'm asking myself, why is Cody targeting Triple H? If anything, Cody should be targeting Vince and not Triple H. Triple H didn't do anything. I mean, yeah, Triple H did call them a fucking pissant company from the Hall of Fame. So Triple H had to see this coming at least. Triple H had to see this coming. He had to, because of what he said at the Hall of Fame. Just because of that, by itself. But anything at the same time, if I'm Cody, I should be targeting Vince. Because of what Vince was treating Cody during Cody's run in WWE. Stardust? Do I have to go any more further than Stardust? Stardust was completely fucking terrible. Stardust was completely fucking terrible. AEW Double or Nothing included a huge match that everyone was looking forward to, including yourself, including yours truly. But they never thought that such an epic moment would happen during the entrances. Before Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes started, there was an epic light show, and then a throne was revealed in the middle of the stage. There were some skulls on it, and some fans thought it looked like Triple H's throne because it was supposed to. Cody came out and walked to the ring with Brandy Rhodes. Then the former Eden looked under the ring and grabbed a sledgehammer. At that point, the tension of the next move was undeniable because Cody Rhodes walked off the ramp and hit the throne with the sledgehammer, causing it to pop and a pyro explosion. This was a huge moment, and popped the crowd hard. It was very apparent that there is a new game in town with this move, and a message was certainly sent. How do you guys feel about what Cody did for Triple H last night? I wonder. Let me guys know down below in the comment section, what were your reactions to Cody's entrance, hitting Triple H's throne with a sledgehammer? I thought it was symbolic that AEW's coming for that ass. No pun intended to freaking Tiffany's podcast. No pun intended. That is literally the reality of things that these apologists just don't see. Just saying, factual. Jon Moxley signed a multi-year contract with All Elite Wrestling. Jon Moxley is now an AEW star. This could be a big deal as time goes on, but it was certainly a big shot fired in the upcoming war that nobody can avoid at this point. Following AEW's Double or Nothing and Jon Moxley's surprise debut that many expected, I expected it as well, The details of his contract were released. Mox is now under a multi-year deal with AEW, so it looks like his unscripted violence will continue for a while. AEW revealed that Moxley's in-ring debut will take place at Fighter Fest event in Daytona Beach, Florida on June 29th. His opponent is not yet to be determined. This is what AEW confirmed. AEW confirmed tonight that it has officially signed Moxley to a full-time multi-year agreement effective immediately. Moxley, who was twice voted as most popular wrestler of the year by Pro Wrestling Illustrated, will make his in-ring debut at Fighter Fest in Daytona Beach, Florida on Saturday, June 29th. This full-time deal is very interesting and creates even more separation between Mox and World Wrestling Entertainment. However, it doesn't seem like he missed his old home with such a creative stranglehold by the way he was able to perform at Double or Nothing. He performed dirty deeds to Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. Moxley performed he performed the dirty deeds on Kenny Omega on top of the chip structure. What does that tell you about Jon Moxley? What does that tell you about Dean Ambrose? I said this on Twitter, and I hate to reiterate to what I say on Twitter. I said this on Twitter. When Dean Ambrose came back before SummerSlam, he was a human shield for Roman Reigns and his Universal title reign, so Roman won't get booed. What made you think the Shield got back together on the Raw after SummerSlam in Brooklyn? Dean Ambrose was the hottest thing when he came back to WWE. And the problem about this is Dean never even said a word. Dean never uttered a single fucking word. He broke his silence to Jinder Mahal. What in the fuck do I have to say? And I also said this on Twitter. WWE failed to make Dean Ambrose into a superstar. AEW made Jon Moxley look like a fucking superstar in 10 to 15 minutes. AEW did something in 10 to 15 minutes that WWE failed to do since Dean's debut in WWE. And that was to make him a fucking superstar. They had a potential thing in Dean Ambrose when he turned his back on Seth Rollins. Remember when Rollins and Ambrose won the fucking Raw Tag Team titles? What happened a few minutes later after what happened to Roman Reigns? When Roman announced that he was going to leave due to leukemia. What happened that same night? Dean stabbed Rollins in the back and nobody saw it coming. They had the potential to make Dean Ambrose into a superstar that night. During that whole time that he was a heel. As soon as they made Dean Ambrose look like fucking Bane from The Dark Knight Rises, done. I was completely done with him. This is a good move. This is the best move AEW has ever done so far. Let's sign Jon Moxley. What the fuck do you want me to say to you about that? What the fuck do you want me to say to you on that? Tony Khan. The genius that himself, Tony Khan. Tony Khan reveals when AEW started talking to Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley made his big debut for AEW at Double Nothing last night, and he sent a big message to the locker room by destroying both men who had just competed in a big main event. He is fresh off a run with WWE, so he obviously got to work quickly when talking to AEW. But the question remains, how quickly did the two sides started talking? Following AEW's Double Nothing, Tony Khan discussed Jon Moxley's contract and explained what kind of dates he'll be permitted to work outside of the company. He also explained exactly when he started hearing from the former Dean Ambrose. This is what Tony Khan said, and I quote, as soon as he was legal, as soon as he was out of his deal and wanted to talk to the people, he came to me, and I was really excited to talk to him when he was able to talk to me. He's been great, and I'm really excited that he's part of the roster. End quote. Dean Ambrose was a workhorse for World Wrestling Entertainment, but he wasn't happy. Now he's taking his talents to AEW, and it looks like he will have the creative freedom to really show what he can do in the ring now. Tony Khan is certainly excited about this, and he's not the only one. What do you want me to say? Everybody was expecting Jon Moxley to show up at AEW. Everybody was expecting Jon Moxley to be Hangman Page's opponent for the show. But then again, I asked myself, you're really going to book Hangman Page against Jon Moxley with no build whatsoever? Yeah, it sounds like a dream match to one person, but you need the proper build for that match to even come to fruition. Would I mind the Hangman Page versus Jon Moxley? I wouldn't mind it. It's just that they should not have booked it at Double or Nothing, because I gotta ask, if you're gonna ask that, if you're gonna do that matchup, where's the build? Where is the build to that matchup? Nowhere. So I liked how All Elite Wrestling did what they did here. The show was fantastic. The show is completely fantastic, and I said this before, I'm going to say it again. If you did not enjoy Double or Nothing, you're not a wrestling fan. You're not a wrestling fan. People like me, people like Storms, people like JD, people like everybody else in the IWC, we enjoyed professional wrestling history that happened last night. What we saw last night was wrestling history last night. I don't know what you want me to say about WWE, but I'll get to that in just a little bit. I'm gonna end the news portion of the podcast of the review here before we review the show. What can I have? What do I have here? Oh, Dustin Rhodes. There's news on Dustin. Dustin Rhodes said Vince better watch his ass. What did Dustin Rhodes say? I'm about to tell you right now. Dustin Rhodes was quick to admit that he felt like hell after his war at AEW Double or Nothing last night. But the veteran provided another chapter to his legendary career by battling his brother Cody in such a brutal match. Now Vince McMahon better watch his ass, according to Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes said he was tired and his emotions were running like crazy, but he's glad that the match is now over. He stood there bandaged up after bleeding like a stuffed pig in the ring so much that they had to change the entire canvas after the Rhodes brothers match. However, he was more honest and free than ever to speak his mind. This is what Dustin Rhodes said, and I quote, "I think we told the best story that we possibly could. Or I did. I know I did. So I hope it was good for the people. I hope it was good for Cody. I definitely think it was good for AEW. I'm excited about them and what they are doing because they are fixing to take over the world, and Vince better watch his ass," end quote. Dustin Rhodes has a lot to be proud of after Double or Nothing. They showed an unbelievable amount of passion for not only the story they were telling, but the business as a whole. It was like they were out there fighting for multiple purposes, all unique to each other. World Wrestling Entertainment might have something to worry about because the only match WWE has produced in years that would come close to rivaling that kind of intensity took place in NXT. I said this on Twitter yesterday. And I'm not going to lie to you here. By the way, that was the last portion of the news before we reviewed Double or Nothing. I'm going to say this right now for all you WWE cocksuckers, all you WWE apologists on social media. Vince has till October to write better shows. Vince has two options. At this point, Vince has two options. Let go of the pen and let creative do their job, or hand over the company to Triple H. Option A or option B. And no, you fucking apologists, there's no option C either. Vince has till October. To write better shows. I can imagine Triple H walks Double or Nothing, Vince walks Double or Nothing, all of the WWE superstars watched Double or Nothing. I know for a fact that Sasha Banks walks Double or Nothing. You don't know how? Just look at her Twitter account. Look at the tweets that she posted on Twitter last night during Double or Nothing. You think that the 24/7 championship is going to improve the ratings? No. What made you think Brock Lesnar is going to be on Raw tomorrow night? To enhance the ratings. Let me say this right now. Vince McMahon and WWE are in some serious fucking trouble. What Cody Rhodes did in his entrance last night told you, the WWE cocksuckers and you fucking apologists, what Cody Rhodes did to you guys last night, he technically said there's a new sheriff in town and their name is All Elite Wrestling. Now I'm going to say this now. It's okay to be both fans of AEW and WWE. It's okay to be a fan of both. I want WWE to be successful. I want AEW to be successful as well. But the way Vince has been telling storylines lately, as of late, it's not going to work. Just look at Triple H in NXT. Can you honestly tell me when was the last takeover that was that bad? There were times that Triple H had a better takeover than Vince's pay-per-view the next night. I'm going to sit here as a real wrestling fan. I'm going to sit here and tell you this. Was NXT TakeOver New York a better show than WrestleMania? You got that damn right. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. NXT TakeOver New York was a better show than WrestleMania 35 was. And mind you, NXT TakeOver New York only had 5 matches. 5 matches! You cannot sit there and tell me that Cole and Gargano had the best main event in NXT TakeOver history. You cannot sit there and tell me that. You cannot sit there and tell me that. The matchup that Cole and Gargano had at TakeOver New York was one of the greatest main events I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've been a fan of the sport for over 20 years. Triple H has a great mind for the business. He has a great mind for WWE. Let him take over. Vince, I swear on everything that is holy, you have until October to write better shows. I expect Stomping Grounds to be a good show. I'm expecting Extreme Rules to be a good show. I'm expecting SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer, to be a great show. If I'm Vince and I saw AEW Double or Nothing last night, that should motivate Vince to tell better shows. To push the guys that you have to push. We are sick and tired as smart fans. We are sick and tired of the Roman Reigns agenda. We are sick and tired of watching Charlotte Flair become a 9-time champion in just so little time. Oh, and by the way, you think for one second that Charlotte is not going to equal Ric Flair's championship reign at 16? It's possible that it's going to happen. Let me say this now, before I review Double or Nothing. If you did not enjoy Double or Nothing last night, you should not be watching wrestling, period. You should not. AEW is competition to WWE. Competition! Get used to it. Get used to it. For all you corporate shills, for you corporate cocksuckers, for all you apologists on social media, AEW is not going anywhere, folks. They're not going anywhere. Trust and believe. AEW is going to make a difference in wrestling, in the sport of professional wrestling. and I gotta say this again. The tag team division for AEW Double or Nothing. The tag team division for AEW is better than the main roster. The AEW World Heavyweight Championship has more prestige than any main roster championship. That includes the WWE Championship. Don't at me. Triggered? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you say. Trust me and believe. I don't care. AEW was a great show last night. Double or Nothing was a great show last night. A great show. Despite a few mishaps and a few fuck-ups. I understand the fuck-ups. I understand. Nervous is in. There's nerves in. There's a first time ever promotion pay-per-view. Of course there's going to be a little fuck-up here and there. But overall, AEW Double or Nothing. I don't give a fuck. AEW Double or Nothing last night was better than WrestleMania. Cody and Dustin had a better match last night. Cody and Dustin had a better match last night than any single WWE main roster matchup all year. If Cody and Dustin is not in your top 10 list for 2019 top 10 best matches of the year, you have your whole list fucked up. Let's go ahead and review Double or Nothing last night from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. If I can find it. Okay, here we go. Let me say this now about Double or Nothing last night. Double or Nothing last night felt fresh. It felt real. It felt fresh. You got to see the emotion of all the fans that was there in the arena last night. This was a really good show. A really good show. We're going to talk about the Casino Battle Royale. We're going to talk about the Casino Battle Royale. The buy-in, which is the pre-show name, the buy-in featured this crazy Battle Royale match. Men came down in 4 sections, and then there were some crazy spots. You can obviously check it out. If you haven't saw it last night, go ahead and watch Double or Nothing. It was a really good show last night. What surprised me was Hangman Page coming into the matchup. He was the wild card in the matchup. He was, I believe, the Joker. The wild card in the matchup. Hangman Page was a big surprise as a wild card who kept up the narrative that he has a bad knee thanks to Pac. Page and Joey Janela soon resparkled their all-in feud. Ace Romero was also very large and impressive as he eliminated Marco Stunt, and then Jungle Boy took him out to pop the crowd. Dustin Thomas, a wrestler with no legs, was almost about to get eliminated by MJF, but Shawn Spears saved him. Then Thomas eliminated Spears. Ty Dillinger made an appearance. Shawn Spears. He looks like listen. Ty Dillinger, Shawn Spears, he looked like he's in fantastic shape. Fremont Tembe, he missed. MJF continued to get heat from the crowd with everything he did, and then Luchasaurus chokeslammed Joey Janela through a table that was set up at ringside. I swear to God, if I'm Joey Janela, my God, that was a nasty chokeslam spot last night at that table. I thought for a second that Joey Janela broke his neck last night during that table fest, during that table spot. Soon we had 4 left with Hangman Page, MJF, Jimmy Havoc, and Luchasaurus. Naturally, everyone beat down MJF first, and then he left the ring, but remained in the match as he went under the bottom rope. He wasn't even eliminated. Then Havoc was eliminated after being lifted to the apron and getting a big boot from Luchasaurus. Page eliminated Luchasaurus, and then MJF came back in and thought he tossed Page over the top rope, but Page was able to hang on and win the match. So Hangman Page won the Casino Battle Royale. If you guys didn't know, the winner of the Battle Royale, of the Casino Battle Royale, would be the guy to contend for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. This was a fun battle royal. It was sloppy to begin with, but it obviously picked up real quick. I was surprised that Hangman Page was gonna be in this battle royal because I thought he was gonna have a match with Pac. But after the fact that Pac didn't show up because of fucking creative problems, stuff like that, they put Page in the battle royal and he ended up winning the Casino Battle Royale. So Hangman Page will face the winner of Jericho and Omega down the road for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to assume that the matchup between Hangman Page and the winner of Jericho and Omega will face off probably either Fight for the Fallen or All Out in August. So that's what I'm going to assume here. So I'm going to say and also assume that Fight for the Fallen is in July. I'm going to assume because obviously All Out is in the end of August. So there you go there. Hangman Page wins the Casino Battle Royale. We get a singles match between Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara. This match was exciting to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, Kip Sabian, both of these men, Kip Sabian and Sammy Guevara are they're going to be major players in the mid-card for whatever mid-card championship AEW is going to have. They're going to be exciting and big mid-card athletes. And I like what Cody Rhodes said a long time ago. He said, wins and losses are going to matter. Wins and losses are going to matter. We got a matchup between Sammy Guevara and Kip Sabian. This match was fantastic for what it was. This match was fucking fantastic for what it was. I fucking love this matchup. Guevara hit Sabian with a moonsault splash twice, but Sabian kept rolling out of the way. Finally, Sammy nailed him with a moonsault for a 2 count. Kip Sabian nailed a springboard dropkick after creating some separation. That was a nice spot there. Sabian and Guevara took it outside, where Sammy nailed the shooting star press up the apron to the floor. Sammy went for a 630, but Sabian countered it and hit a Deathly Hallows. That's a nice submission. That was a nice finishing move by Sabian. Sabian wins the match here with a Deathly Hallows move for the victory. Kip Sabian wins over Sammy Guevara. This was an exciting match for what it was, especially for a great match like that for a pre-show. Very good matchup. Kip Sabian wins over Sammy Guevara. Now moving on, guys, to the main show of Double or Nothing. We got SCU going up against Strongheart. Now, I missed the first matchup, but people told me that the 6-man tag was a really good matchup for what I heard. I missed the first matchup because I was trying to look for the live stream on the internet. So I was trying to find it. And then I had people tell me, oh, go to this, so you can watch it. But there you go. And I started watching Double. I started watching the matchup right around the middle of the women's triple threat match between Kylie Ray versus Nyla Rose versus Britt Baker. That's when I started to watch Double or Nothing. So, but I missed the first matchup. But people told me that this match was really, really good. People told me that Christopher Daniels looked like he was back in his 20s. I'm like, really? Now, I love Christopher Daniels. I love this time when he was in TNA. Loved it. Loved him back then. Loved him. But we got the 6-man tag between SCU versus Strongheart. They had a 6-man tag first to kick off Double or Nothing. This match was pretty good for what people told me. Daniels hit an Angel's Wings on Hawk, but Lindaman took a blind tag and hit a move for a near fall, followed by a top rope knee drop from Cima for another near fall. Soon, Hawk and Cima were out of the ring, and Sky nailed a dive over the top rope. Soon, Lindaman got hit with a best melter driver ever for the pin. SCU gets a victory over Strongheart. Very good matchup. Very good matchup from what I'm hearing. A very, very good matchup. We got a triple threat women's matchup. Between Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose, and Dr. Britt Baker. If you guys don't know, Britt Baker is the girlfriend of Adam Cole, baby. Now, it would have been epic if Britt Baker did the boom during her entrance, that would have been fucking epic. Epic to way up there proportions. Just put it like that. All of a sudden, so we got the beginning of the matchup. Brandy Rose walked out after weeks of hyping up different women in the match. She was dressed to wrestle, and then she entered herself in the match. She said not to think that she lied to them about... No, she said not to think that she lied to them because she meant that either of them could win and that the triple threat could be a great match. The problem is that she wants a match that is awesome. Then she introduced the return of Awesome Kong. Oh boy. This match all of a sudden turned into a fatal four-way. The crowd popped huge when Awesome Kong came out, and Nyla Rose was not happy. In fact, nobody was very happy about this except for the fans. This fatal four-way was a really good matchup. Really good matchup. Really good matchup. I love how Kylie Ray, Nyla Rose, and Britt Baker fought off against each other, especially against a woman like Awesome Kong. Fucking crazy. This matchup was really good for what it was. Honestly, Awesome Kong enhanced the matchup because of not only her name, because of what she did in the matchup. Really, really good. They eventually set up for a Tower of Doom, which Awesome Kong got on the bottom of. This caused Kylie and Britt to suplex Nyla Rose off the top rope while everyone got powerbombed by Kong. They were working so hard in this matchup. Britt Baker and Kong moved outside with the former knockout champions Neil Baker with a 6 spinning back fist. That was nasty. Britt was able to dispatch of Kong, and she went back into the ring to deal with Kylie Ray, and they started trading shots. Finally, Britt Baker won the matchup with a super kick to Kylie Ray. Britt Baker wins the matchup. I predicted Britt Baker to win this matchup, so this match was really, really good. I loved it. I want to see more of these 4 women in AEW. If anything, those 4 women are going to enhance the women's division for All Elite Wrestling. And the fact that you got Brandy Rhodes in charge of the women's division, she's only going to recruit more women, more known women, more talented women into All Elite Wrestling's women's division. Britt Baker wins in a very good matchup. She wins. We get a tag team matchup between Best Friends versus I cannot even pronounce his name. Angélico, there you go. Angélico and Jack Evans. I said this earlier during the beginning of the fucking review. The tag team division for All Elite Wrestling is better than the main roster. Not NXT, the main roster. The main roster. Don't at me on that either. This marks the first 2 versus 2 match in AEW history. So therefore, that match right there is a lot of history. Now, SCU versus Strong Hearts were the first 6-man tag. Then we got the Fatal 4-Way women's match. That was the first ever women's matchup in AEW. And now we got a first tag team matchup. First 2-on-2 match in AEW history. Let me say this now about Angélico. He's fucking legit. Every single man in this matchup is fucking legit. It's fucking legit. Angélico and Evans stopped Beretta in his tracks for some double team work, and they took control. Trent backed up and ran at Angélico, who lifted his knee to the face before nailing Beretta with the crucifix to the corner, where he ran across the ring to connect with the top turnbuckle on the other side of the ring. Evans hit a dive for a 2 count. When Chucky broke up the 2 count, huge AEW chants broke out. They revealed on commentary that there was a 30-minute time limit to AEW also. That's useful information to know. Now it has the old school vibe to it. You want to add these 30-minute time limits, 15-minute time limit, an hour time limit, a 60-minute time limit. It has an old school feel to this. Which I don't really mind whatsoever. Angélico missed a dive to the floor, and the Best Friends hit Evans with a Doomsday knee move, followed by a dive to Angélico while Evans kicked out at 2. This was followed by a Best Friends hitting a super crunchy finisher for the win. So the best friends win. At the end of the match, everyone was going for a hug, and then the lights went out suddenly, and they came back, and two men who they didn't who didn't name were in the ring. Then the lights went off again. Suddenly, when they came back to the ring, was surrounded by masked men who destroyed everyone in the match. Now, we never know who they were. It says in my notes here, the two men were Stu Grayson and Evil Uno. Wow, did not know that. The crowd chanted, "Who are you?" And these two mystery men destroyed everyone in the ring. Then the two mystery men sat on a human throne made out of the masked men. This was great and weird thing to have happen. By the way, the two men were named Stu Grayson and Evil Uno, and Evil Uno, and they were not named on the broadcast whatsoever. This was a great tag team match, but a weird finish to that tag team matchup. A weird ending to that tag team matchup after what happened. Very, very weird, but I didn't mind it whatsoever. I like chaos. Blow me. I like chaos. I like chaos. Then we got the 6-woman tag action. Aja Khan, Yuka Sakakari, and Emi Sakura versus Hiroki Shida, Riho, and Ryu Mizunami. Now, I didn't pay attention to this matchup, but I heard that this match took too long. The matchup took way too long. I think this match went, like a good 20 to 25 minutes. The women's match took way too long. Now, I'm going to say this now. If you're going to book future AEW matchups for the women, have them go at least 15 to 20 minutes tops. Tops. 25 to a half hour for a women's match is too long. Yeah, I understand you got to get all the women shit in. But at the same time, this was no question the longest match of the entire night. I didn't watch this matchup at all because I was obviously watching the basketball game. But I'm going to read the ending here. Jim Ross said he had no idea who was legal, and it doesn't matter. This match was chaos, and there was a kick out at 2, but the bell rang and music started, but the referee had to hold up the 2 count. Now, that's where they fucking fucked up there. Then Shida finally won with a running knee after the crowd was finished chanting, "You fucked up," because of the messy near fall. Hikaru Shida, Riho, and Ryu Mizunami win the women's 6-man tag. Then we got, in my honest opinion, the match of the night. We got Cody versus Dustin. Brother versus brother. Cody representing this generation of professional wrestling, and Dustin representing the Attitude Era. Cody Rhodes' entrance included unveiling a throne. Then Cody Rhodes got a sledgehammer out from under the ring and destroyed it. This was fucking crazy. This match got out to a slow start with a ton of fans chants for everyone involved. Then Cody hit a suicide dive to outside the ring. Dustin sold for Cody, and then he spun around and kicked Cody only to hit his own senton off the apron. This matchup had you emotionally invested into this matchup. I am not, and attention to detail. They had referee Earl Hebner referee this matchup. Attention to detail. They had referee Earl Hebner. And I find this fitting how Cody did what he did with the sledgehammer, ended up having Earl Hebner becoming the special referee. Well, not the referee, the official referee for this matchup. If that's not clearly attention to detail, I don't know what is. I don't know what is at this point. There was a point in this matchup where Dustin, they continued and Cody kicked out of a crossroads. Cody hit a low blow and a disaster kick followed by a crossroads for a 2 count, and the bleeding didn't stop. Well, I kind of skipped ahead here. There was a spot in this matchup where Dustin's head hit the middle turnbuckle, the metal rod in the turnbuckle, that busted him wide fucking open. And I said this to myself. Thank you, TV 14. Thank you, the TV 14 gods. Thank you! This is the first time we got to see blood in a fucking wrestling pay-per-view in God knows how long. And mind you, the blood that happened in WWE is not even TV 14, it's PG. Oh, another thing that I want to say about World Wrestling Entertainment. Put it to TV 14. Put it to TV 14. Yes, there's going to be kids there, but at the same time, if they're watching, you might as well learn from them also. Just saying there. This matchup got bloody. This was a bloody, just crazy matchup. It was just a crazy matchup. It was a spot where there was a pool of Dustin's blood sitting there, and Cody took some of Dustin's blood and put it on his chest. That's how you know Cody wants to end Dustin's career at Double or Nothing. Cody wanted to end the era of the Attitude Era tonight at Double or Nothing. Or should I say last night at Double or Nothing. Fan chance of this is awesome. Broke out as they continue to fight. Then Dustin hit his uppercut. And Cody nailed the bicycle kick followed by running knee from Dustin for a 2 count because he couldn't get to the pin fast enough. Fight Forever chance broke out as well. This is Goldust and Stardust were capable of. Now, I gotta say this. Vince missed out on this. You had Cody and Goldust. You had Cody Rhodes and Goldust in the same roster. You couldn't give me a Cody versus Dustin feud in WWE. How come AEW did a much better job there? Like I said, AEW is doing Vince's fuck-ups. AEW is doing Vince's fuck-ups. It's the fucking truth. Yet people, all these apologists on social media, all these cocksuckers, they just don't see it. Open your fucking eyes, people. Open your eyes. Cody planted Dustin on the back of his neck, but he couldn't get to the pin as Earl Hebner started to count it to 10, but Cody stopped him. Then Cody hit another crossroads for the victory. Post-matchup, Cody Rhodes came back after the match and told Dustin that he doesn't get to retire because he had a favor to ask. Then he asked that he has a partner of his choosing at Fight for the Fallen, and that man is Dustin versus the Young Bucks, as I obviously read in the beginning of this review. So we got a matchup between the Rhodes brothers versus the Young Bucks at Fight for the Fallen in July. This was a crazy and funny segment at the same time. Bret Hart came out next to introduce the All Elite World Championship. Bret Hart introduced Hangman Page because he won the Battle Royale. MJF walked out next as he was all in Burberry looking smug while getting asshole chants. I'm telling you, I love MJF. He's fucking amazing in the microphone. The MJF faked Bret Hart out by saying a fan was coming at him. Hart cracked a smile at that one. That shit was fucking funny. MJF talked about shooting a horse because Hangman is a horse. Then he told Hangman to give up his title shot. MJF started to call himself the best there is, was, and ever will be. But he stopped and said that catchphrases suck. Page went at MJF, and then Jungle Boy came out in full gear. MJF tried to leave, then Jimmy Havoc came out and blocked Friedman in. MJF took some shots, and then Jungle Boy choked MJF with a scarf and let him off as Bret Hart unveiled the new AEW World Heavyweight Championship. You guys see the championship belt right here? Look at that title. Look at that title. That title looks more fucking prestige. It has a feel of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. That is a championship belt right there. That is a championship belt. Nice segment though. MJF, man, he's great on the microphone. He is really great on the microphone. He's just funny. He's just great. I'm looking forward to MJF, man, in All Elite Wrestling. We get the Lucha Bros against the Young Bucks for the AAA Tag Team Championships. For the AAA Tag Team Championships. The crowd was incredibly over for this match. The Young Bucks came out looking like Elvis with white jumpsuits. This had a big match feel as the referee gave orders before the match even began. The Young Bucks said it during the Double or Nothing fan rally that tag team wrestling was going to be a major point in All Elite Wrestling. If you've seen this matchup between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros, this was a fantastic tag team match. This was the epitome of tag team wrestling. Matt and Nick Jackson, they are going to make a difference maker in the tag team division. They're going to take charge of the tag team division in All Elite Wrestling. I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say that now. That is my opinion. If you guys don't like my opinion, blow me. Blow me. I don't care. Tag team wrestling chants broke out as they continued. Nick Jackson started taking abuse from both Lucha Bros, but he didn't let them get a pin. Finally, Nick hit a double arm drag on Pentagon and Phoenix when he got the tag to Matt. There was a spot during this matchup that I fucking loved, and I can't find it on my notes here. Okay, I think I found it here. The Young Bucks hit Styro Springboard Sunset Flip, followed by sharpshooters at the same time before the Lucha Bros got out. Then Nick tagged in Matt, who hit a 450 splash while Phoenix was held suspended from the ropes by Nick. There was another spot in this matchup where Pentagon and Ray Phoenix hit double Canadian Destroyers. I think Phoenix hit one on Matt on the apron, and Phoenix hit one on Nick in the middle of the ring. In the ring. Fucking fantastic. I'm telling you. The Canadian Destroyer, I just love that move. The Canadian Destroyer. It's starting to become one of my favorite moves in wrestling. I'm not lying to you. They continued until Matt hit a brainbuster on the top turnbuckle on Penta, followed by a moonsault combo for a 2 count. The Bucks hit a double team package power driver, followed by a dive to Phoenix from Nick, while Matt pinned Penta for another 2 count. Phoenix stopped Matt, and then Penta snapped his arm before hitting a bomb for a 2 count. Nick was up the ramp and then taken out of the match thanks to Phoenix as he took a tag to continue work on Matt. Phoenix hit him in the shoulder while Matt caught him just in time for Nick to jump in to nail the Melter driver for the win. The Young Bucks retained the AAA Tag Team Championship. This was a fantastic matchup. A very, very great matchup. I love it. I love it. Just fantastic there. Just low-key fantastic. Finally, guys, we get the main event. Chris Jericho against Kenny Omega. The winner of this match will face Hangman Page for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Probably either at Fight for the Fallen or at All Out in Chicago in August. They still haven't determined when this AEW World Championship match will take place, but that's what I'm guessing here. Get the main event. I love Jericho's entrance. Just fantastic. They went over Jericho's gimmicks from Y2J to the list of Jericho to the current Chris Jericho, the Alpha, known as Chris Jericho. This matchup was fantastic. Let me say this now about Kenny Omega's V-trigger knee. It is so fucking devastating. Now, I'm going to say this now. Omega's V-trigger is just more devastating than Aleister Black's knees. It's just that fucking devastating. Oh my God. I'm telling you, that V-trigger knee is just no joke. No joke whatsoever. The matchup picked up when Omega hit a V-trigger to the back of Jericho's head, but then he sat Y2J on the top rope. Y2J blocked whatever Omega was trying to do, but Kenny eventually nailed the superplex. Big superplex, by the way. Jericho blocked the V-trigger, and Jericho hit a lion saw only to get by a V-trigger again and hit Y2J, reversed out of one winged angel. And then Jericho hit 2 lion salts on Omega's head. The second lion saw by Jericho literally hit Omega's head. Like, it legitimately hit the back of his head. All of this took place in just about 30 seconds. The match will continue. The match was just fantastic. Listen, was this match better than what they did back at Wrestle Kingdom 13? No. I think they fought at 12 or 13. I think it was 13 when they fought at Wrestle Kingdom. Was this match better than Wrestle Kingdom 13? No. It was just it's up there. It's up there, but not as better as they had at Wrestle Kingdom 13. They traded some heavy shots, and Omega nailed the V trigger again to knock Jericho down hard this time. Omega got Y2J up for one wing angel, but it was reversed. Jericho returned a punch with an enziguri, but then Omega caught Jericho off with a springboard and almost had a one-wing angel. Omega just kept trying to go for that one-wing angel move, but Jericho reversed again and hit the code breaker before hitting a Judas effect for the win. So Chris Jericho beats Kenny Omega. Now, I'm going to say this, though. You have all the vice presidents in action. Cody, Matt, Nick, and Omega. It would have looked bad. It would have looked bad if they had all the vice presidents of AEW win all their matches. Cody won. The Young Bucks won their matchup. I predicted Jericho to win this matchup. And I predicted on Twitter. And I said I wouldn't be surprised if I get a Hangman Page Chris Jericho match for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. You got to think about this, though. Jericho was the first undisputed champion in WWE history. I would not be surprised whatsoever. I would not be surprised if Chris Jericho won the All Elite Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. I will not be surprised if he becomes the first AEW champion. If Jericho wins the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, you cannot distinguish the fact that Jericho is one of the greatest of all time. It's factual. It's 100% factual. So Jericho was the match here. Jericho took the microphone after the match was over and started cutting a promo to the crowd who wanted to boo him. He didn't give a rat's ass and said, "Lighten up, Marks." Jericho said, "The bottom line is this. I just got the crap kicked out of me, but I'm smart enough to know it's my time now." Then Jericho said AEW is a company for him and not the fans. All of a sudden, all hell broke loose when Jon Moxley showed up. He hit a dirty deed on Jericho before brawling with Kenny Omega out of the ring and then up the set. Moxley hit a dirty deed on the top of the big poker chips on the stage before tossed Omega off to the lower stage set up to take the fall. This was a big way to make sure that people knew about All Elite Wrestling. What Cody, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega showed you tonight, that there is competition against AEW and WWE. There is no question, without a shadow of a doubt, Vince has until October to write better shows. If Vincent Kennedy McMahon does not write better shows between now to October when AEW is on TNT, you might as well hand over the company to Triple H. And I believe this wholeheartedly when I'm about to say this. Vince is killing his company so bad that when somebody else takes over, it's nowhere to recover. I can only assume, I can only wonder what's going to happen on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Raw can be good tomorrow. Raw can be that bad tomorrow. No one knows. No one fucking knows. But I will say this though. Vince and everybody else in WWE are in some serious fucking trouble. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reality of things. Thank you guys so much. This is the end of Double or Nothing review. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you guys enjoyed Double or Nothing, if you guys enjoyed the review, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of Double or Nothing. If you guys are new to the channel, show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. As I am dangerously close. I am so close. I can almost taste it. I am so close to 100 subscribers right here on the channel. Check out episode 26 and 25 of the Reality Podcast. Live on the channel right now. Throwback Thursday, live on the channel right now. NXT, SmackDown Live, and Monday Night Raw are all live on the channel as we speak. Go ahead, guys, and show some love to all those videos. Go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment as well on all those videos. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast right here on YouTube, so make sure you guys are connecting with your boy Chris on social media. You guys are going to follow me on Twitter at Chris from Loring and follow me on Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content that I'm providing you guys here on the channel, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. The Yankees come back tomorrow for a 7-game homestand. Luckily, tomorrow is a day game, so I will be covering Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share the video all over social media. Follow me on Twitter at Chris from Loring. I will see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, and I will see you guys for a brand new week of content right here on the channel. Till then, talk to you guys later.